Your feet will definitely thank you for this stretch. Hey guys, I'm Tara. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you one of the best stretches you could do for your feet. The stretch we're going to do today is going to stretch what's called your plantar fascia, which is basically along the bottom portion of your foot. And we're also going to be stretching the toes. So we're stretching the big toe into what's called extension. This is a really important motion as we need extension in our toes, particularly the big toe, when we're walking. If this motion is limited, when you're walking around, basically other areas of your foot, your ankle, or even further up like your knees will have to take extra strain to make up for it. So it's important to really take care of all parts of our body, right? One body part isn't more important than another. So we might think like, oh, I really need to take care of my hips. That's a really large body part. That's important. But your toes are important as well, so we're gonna learn how we can stretch them today, and I'm gonna show you 3 different ways. So the first way will be, I'm not gonna say the easiest, but it's gonna be the least intense. So I definitely start with that one. If that feels good and it feels like you need more of a stretch, then you can move on to the next level. There's gonna be 3 total different stretches, really all stretching the same thing, just progressing on to make the stretch more intense. So with all that said, let's get into our stretches. The first option you're gonna do in sitting. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring one leg up, so you're gonna cross one leg on top of the other, and then you're using your hands to do this stretch. So you could kind of control how deep the stretch goes. So I'm stretching my left foot right now, so I'm gonna use my left hand. So my left hand is gonna grab onto my toes. So I'm really using the palm of my hand on my toes, if you could see there, okay? And then I'm pulling my toes back toward me, okay? And what you could do is really kind of use the palm of your hand to do this. So you don't really have to use your fingers like this. You could use the palm of your hand, and you're pulling the toes back toward you, and you're flexing your foot, okay? So that's gonna stretch the plantar fascia. That's giving you extension through the big toe. So extension mobility is bringing the toe back this way, which is what we were talking about before. And that might be enough for you. And again, you can control how much you do it. So you could just pull a little bit, maybe you pull a little bit more, but you really want to be pulling the toes back and also flexing the foot, okay? You can just do the stretch with one hand. If you want to add a little extra, you can use so we're on my left foot, so my right hand would hold on to my heel, and I'm going to give a little pressure downward with my heel as I'm pulling back on my left hand, okay? So my right hand is on my heel, pressing the heel down just a little bit. It's not a lot of pressure, and then the left hand is still pulling the foot back and the toes back, okay? So that's your first variation of this stretch. And you can hold that stretch for 20 seconds and repeat that 3 times. The next stretch we're gonna do is gonna be on the ground. This time we're gonna use our body weight to stretch, so it's gonna be more intense for your feet. So if the last stretch felt like enough, stay there. If you need a little bit more, this is gonna be the next stretch. So you're gonna tuck your toes underneath you. So the toes tuck underneath you, all of the toes. If the pinky toes didn't tuck, just use your hands to get those pinky toes to tuck as well. You're gonna be leaning forward on your hands, okay? So I have some weight in my hands right now, and I'm sitting my hips back toward my feet, okay? And then you're gonna start to feel a stretch in your toes. So your hands are taking off some of the pressure right now so that there's not as much pressure on the toes. And make sure you keep the spine nice and straight while you do this. So that's one option, and you could hold there. You could hold for 20 seconds, do that 3 times like the last stretch. If 20 seconds feels like too much, you could lower it down to 10 to 15 seconds. Once you come out of this, you come back forward, release the feet, and you kind of want to come out of that position, and sometimes I'll tap each foot back and forth, just letting your feet kind of come back into that neutral position, okay? If you want a little more, your last variation is going to be to sit back onto your toes, okay? So again, making sure those pinky toes are tucked under as well. So sitting back on the toes, keeping the spine nice and straight, sitting up nice and tall, okay? My weight is directly over my toes right now, so this is a lot more intense on the feet, okay? holding here, breathing. It's going to be a pretty intense stretch on the feet, on the toes, okay? So this one you might not be able to hold for the full 20 seconds. Usually I do around 15 seconds, and you could do that 3 times. This is the last variation of your stretch, the most intense variation. So if the other variations felt good enough, stay there. But this is literally all you're doing, sitting up nice and straight, okay, and getting that nice deep stretch. Once you come out of this, you do want to kind of reverse it because it's pretty intense. So you're going to come back forward on your hands, release the feet, and you kind of want to come out of that position. And sometimes I'll tap each foot back and forth, just letting your feet kind of come back into that neutral position. And sometimes it's nice to sit back the other way, just sitting and kneeling with the tops of your feet on the ground. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you found these stretches helpful. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button right below me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.